Here we are a few days later after leaves are coming on the trees and up top of the hill. There's the trestle. And you can see that the thinning out is going to leave a little bit more of a view up here. There's Lone Mountain. And there's my corner fence post with survey mark. It goes out the top of the ridge. And there's clearing all the way out the side of that fence. I've come up today to cut out some big old stems and stuff and sow grass. All of this has been sown with orchard grass and clover, red clover, all the way out through here. And hopefully there's my peach trees I'm going to set out today, 4 of them. Decided to take them down on the field, at the bottom field, and set them out on the line. This has all been sown, as I said. So in about a month from now it should be all grassed up, looking real pretty. It's already coming up. As a matter of fact, you can see right there, look real hard, you can see the effects of about a week's rain on this. Little bits of one or the other, orchard grass or clover, one or the other, coming up right there. And I'm getting ready to load those up, take them down, so I'll see you at the bottom. Planted my peach trees today and cleared off a little bit of right here, see, and right there is another peach tree. There's an apple tree that I planted last year. Oh, it's been, no, that's a peach tree, I'm sorry. Where's that apple tree? It's a peach tree. There's an apple tree up here with a bloom on it. Oh, it's right behind that peach tree. Yeah. Right there it is. It's got a bloom on it. Somewhere. It's apple, peach, 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 and peach. I believe they're blue violets, I'm not sure. You see them going all along the bank. Along with trillium. There's some more. Trillium's just barely blooming here. We got one. Creek runs on down. They've started on this end. This is the ridge over the creek, and as you can see, that's a nice red oak. We started on this ridge. Some poplar. There's one poplar falling right there. This is out at the circle. Here's the circle. We'll walk on up through here and see if I can find Mom some poke. As you can see, it's good. Nothing wrong with it. It looks like a veneer log for sure. A long veneer log. That log alone is probably worth $300. It's selling for $900 a 1,000 foot. And if there's not at least 300 foot or more in that first log, I don't know what. The big one, but all the others, you can see the marks. There's the marks. I may leave them a note on this one, the big one down here, and ask them to roll it over. I want to see the mark if it's on it. I'm sure it is. They've done real well about following that kind of thing. There's the marks on that one. They do cut them so low that they could cut without seeing a mark, but I don't think they would. On up the ridge, here's a boat, the lake right down here. Looking back down toward the circle, right down in there. I'm about a third of the way up. Over here is where they're falling. They don't come over the crest of the ridge here, anywhere where it's downhill toward the lake. It's white oak. Left a pretty good stump on that one, looks like. Three-quarters of the way up the ridge now, and there's a nice white oak. It's got the marks on them. No fire ring. This ridge never burned like the other one did. There wasn't any real bad fire rings, but there were some. There's poplar. A lot of poplar marked up here. That one's hung in a tree. Guess they'll hook to it and pull it down. Nothing cut over that way. Some more cut on up through here. I'm going to walk on up the top if I can make it. See if I can find some poke out in the field. Phew! That's about as sparse as it is. One tree every now and then. There's one down there. Plenty of young trees left. Plenty of old trees left too. Almost to the top now. They've hung a white oak up in a tree here. Hung up in another white oak or red oak looks like. Hopefully they can get that down without damaging that tree. I'm sure they will. They take a lot of care. You can see how they cut the tree. They almost shave it around the corner. I'm sure they could have fallen. They didn't mean for that one to fall that way though. They probably meant to fall it downhill like this one. See, they shaved that one in the right way. Took it right down to the stump. Fell it without damaging anything. That's not a real good log. It's kind of crooked. It doesn't have any limbs for a while. It's probably definitely not a grade A log. There's the mark. They probably haul it out of here that length. They probably won't cut it any shorter. They've got a big boom on their truck, and they haul, that's about the length they can haul. Take it to Powell Valley's where they're selling it now. Big wood yard right outside of Follett. Well, there's another one in the tree. Looks like I'm gonna have to be careful going up through here. I'll have to go around them. There's the top right up there. Go, looking back down at these trees here on up the ridge. You can see I'm at the top now, practically. Notice how flat it gets. There's the field, fence row. I'll be going right over here. They haven't started cutting in here. There's quite a lot of poplar right in here they'll be cutting. And I've asked them to come around and drag it down one way instead of dragging it, you know, making a lot of drag trails. They're supposed to drag it right down through here. All of them in one drag trail, which I'm sure they will do. They've done exactly what I've asked them to so far. I'm going to walk all the way up to the top here. It's right here. This is A.G.'s property. He recently cleared this out last year. It looks pretty good. Not near as many trees out left as we do. Of course, he's going to graze cattle, I'm sure. And then it comes down through here where the fence row is, and then you're back over on us here. And looking around, panning around, going up the fence row here, up the little grove of trees where we had our dispute, right up through there, back around his field. This is freshly cut right here on him. It's his. Oh, and there's Dutch Valley right over in there. Can't quite see it yet. I'll walk on up the top though. Poke to put in my poke. Real young, just like Mom likes it. Not near full yet, but I see some more on up the way here. You can see this is A.G.'s old fence here, looking back on us. This is the survey line right here. This is my fence that me and Pat, Pat, I can't remember his name now. I worked with him at FDIC. Came up and put it up in one day. He was a sheep farmer from Cumberland County. And this is about how far off they were to start with. Of course, it's nothing unusual. He didn't bother this, thank goodness. This is right on the line. You can see the difference right here. I'm going to walk up between because it looks like there's poke cattle or nothing. It's got two right here. So actually there's probably 5 foot here, and it follows this all the way to the top, and that's when he really cuts back on us. And got the survey, all that. Just about got a poke full. It's good too, real tender and young. This is my fence again. Pat and I put this up. Looking back over the mountain there. Lake runs right up through there. There's Dutch Valley, right there. Dutch Valley Creek. And my fence. And let's see. There happens to be the old fence that A.G. put up. Right here. Runs down through here. It's cut off right here. And this is our fence. And I'm about out of battery power. So this may be the last time. Don't have an extra battery. Maybe the last time. I'm going to go right up here. Right there is where A.G. actually stopped my fence. That's where I had it stopped anyway. He pulled my posts up, moved them over, ran the fence way over 20 feet or so, maybe even more, 30. Those are all my posts. And this is our land. And there's lots more poke. And I'm going to walk on up the top. To the top on my property here. Just a little bit, I believe this side of that cedar is the line. Right there's where AG started coming up the fence row. Right there, and ran the fence way back over here. He knows, he doesn't dispute that the line is right there. He just wants to use the road, which will take major effort to get him not to. Along these clump of trees here is ours, and I put up 2 fence posts right out there. TVA stake right in the ground right there. A angle iron on the post. Here's your view. Clinch Mountain right there. Puncheon Camp right there. Big cove back in there. There's the main channel of the Clinch River right there. It goes into Dutch right back here. That's this town of Dutch right in there. A few little buildings. Probably a general store. Train runs through. Dutch Valley. Right down through there.